Hello everybody, it's Amy here.
I'm Michael.
And welcome back to Amy and
Michael.
Yeah. Alright, so in today's video we are going to show you how awesome we are. God save me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but for real, we're going to tell a story today. Okay, and what's the story going to be about, Michael? We're going to be talking about our weird supply teacher. Yay. Now, Michael, this happened a week ago-ish. Well, I don't know when you're watching this, but it should have happened about a week ago. Anyway, this supply teacher is strict. And we have many strict supply teachers. Do you remember Miss Collierwood, Michael?
Yeah.
Do you remember her? She was like the most strict teacher. Michael, what did she do?
She said no yawning.
Yeah, she told someone off for yawning. And she throws fidget spinners in the bin when she sees them. She's not like, oh, go and put your fidget spinners away in a bag or something. No, she is so strict. Isn't she so strict, Michael?
Yes.
And she's always like, oh, I'm only angry at the bad kids. Someone dropped a pencil in class and got sent out into another class.
I know.
It's crazy. It's annoying. And this supply teacher is awful. Also, did you hear about Nikita? Nikita is someone with special needs. She can't like get it, you know what I mean? So, she's someone with special needs, and like a lot of them, and she's kind of sensitive and stuff. And so a teacher shouted at Nikita for crying.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, I didn't either, but I heard it from Peter. Anyway, a weird, awful supply teacher is like as strict as Miss Collierwood, really. I mean, she shouts at everyone, and she's just really awful, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you hear? Today a bird pooped in our food.
Yeah, that was disgusting. That was disgusting.
Disgusting. Pronounce properly, please. Now, where were we? Yeah, so that's pretty much all we have to say about the supply teacher. But let's tell another story that happened. Right, Max?
Yeah.
Is there anything like exciting happening? So our next story is going to be our first day of year 5. And like, let's just start. So we walk to school as usual, blah, 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 skip all the boring parts, we go inside class, and then we learn about boring stuff like history, Romans, and Greek, and Aztecs, all that stuff. And by the time it's break time, we go outside, and these tough-looking girls come, and they're like, you are stupid. I mean, you're like such a nerd. You got all your questions right.
Yeah, and that was just weird.
They were so annoying. They were like the popular girls. One of them was called Brittany. One of them was called Alicia. And one of them was called Sanya. Forgot her name then because she left school. Anyway, Sanya left school. Anyway, they were like the popular girls, and they were all led by Sanya. Sanya left school now. Anyway, so Sanya was like the leader of this little group. And Sanya came up to us the next day, and we were reading a book quietly on a bench that we brought to school. Me and Michael were just reading it out loud to each other. And then she grabbed the book and threw it in a muddy puddle. Can you believe them, Michael?
Yeah. No.
You can't believe them. They're so irritating. And then we went into class, and they pushed us over on a chair and nearly knocked down the teacher. Luckily, the teacher saw and gave them all detention because like they all worked together on trying to get us. it was like awful. Oh my god, I hated them. They were just the worst. Don't you think they were the worst?
Yes.
Anyway, so it's been a week now and they've just been tormenting us and our friends. And pretty much Sanya came up to me one day and said, right, so I was wearing this headband thing and it was like a flower headband, and she came up to me and said, ew, what are you wearing? It's gross. And like, she grabbed it and nearly snapped it. But then I saw like this other bully guy punch Sanya and then say, you're looking sexy. And it was so random. I mean, really, they were like kids. And they were talking about like weird stuff. And then like he was chasing us, the bully guy. What was his name again?
Sanyu.
No, it wasn't Sanyu.
I'm only
Josh. It was Josh.
It wasn't
Yeah,
Sanua.
Yeah, it wasn't Sanua or whatever you said. It was Josh. Anyway, so Josh started chasing us around. Luckily, we were pretty fast runners. And he was chasing us and pretty much, like, he knocked me over and into a muddy puddle. So then I had to go to the office and I had to explain everything that happened. And luckily, I didn't get detention. And I tried to tell off Josh, but they didn't believe me. But they had no evidence of anything because they didn't have any cameras outside. It's awful. Michael, say something that Sanya did to you.
Sanya pushed me dog poo. And well, almost into dog poo.
Wait, I never saw that. You never told me this.
I was walking home.
What a bully. Yeah, I also saw this time where Michael was just walking, like, and I was right behind him, and then I saw Sanya run up to him and punch him, and then, like, I saw her run up to, like, another boy, I think his name was Jacob, and she said to him, you look like you just fell into the toilets.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill with Max. Max, who's going? He said.
Alright, so that was pretty much that story. Michael, I remember the time, remember when it was school holidays and we were just shopping in town with our parents.
Yeah.
And then she came up to us and said, what are you doing in the loser aisle? I was just walking past to see if there are any stupid losers around. And guess what? I found them. You're the most loserous people ever. And then I saw her to run up to another kid in school and said, you're the most loserous person ever. So obviously to her, everyone's the most loserous person ever. Apart from her little group.
And I think they're losers too. I've heard her.
Yeah.
A loser.
Alright, and let me tell you about Alicia, another girl in the group. The other girl didn't do much. Anyway, Alicia was like the second, like, hand girl. She was always, like, backing her up. Because, like, Alicia came up to me one day and said, let me do her impression. I can't do her impression. Shania said to me that you're the losers of the school. So guess what? And just punched me in the face. And then she walked over to Michael and, like, ow.
Kicked me.
Yeah, kicked him in the side. And then punched him in the stomach and he threw up. Because,
In
like,
her face.
true, in her face, but still, you threw up. And then she got so embarrassed, she had to run into the bathroom and the entire school saw.
And then
Yeah, and then I was like, everyone was just laughing at her.
and she actually moved school. She also moved school.
Yeah, she moved schools after that incident, so you know. And then, like, a little while later, I went up to Sanya and said, I've had enough of this bullying. And then I went up to her and, like, in lunch again, like, and she just, like, pretty much before I went up to her in lunch, like, it was in lunch that I went up to her. Anyway, and I went up to her and she was like, what are you going to do? And I had my hands behind my back and then I just pushed my hands out and went right in her face, and it was food. I splattered my dinner all over her, and we were having chicken pie, so she had chicken pie all over her face, and like then she asked her mum to leave. Like pretty much all the popular girls moved schools because like there was only one left, and then she moved, so you know. And that's pretty much the story with Sanya. But like somehow she got my number. Somehow it was creepy, and she said, "Watch your back, little maggot." And like it's been like a month now, and like I just deleted her number and blocked her. So you know she's not gonna mess with me anymore, is she, Michael? Oh God, she's not gonna mess with me. No, you need to speak louder. Right, so let's do some max camera. What are you doing?
Hey, what? Why? Fire. What does fire mean? I just read it up.
Bah.
Phew.